Hi, everyone. My name's Kip Wilson. I'm the Membership and Partnership Coordinator at Free Eat Denver. I don't really love public speaking, but it's an honor and a pleasure to introduce our last speaker and a dear friend of mine to the stage, Chef Michael DeLeon. For those that only recognize Chef from the new hit television show America's Culinary Cup that airs at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays on CBS, that's understandable. And if you want his autograph after his speech, just line up right over there and I'll make sure he signs all of them. But for those that don't know Chef Michael, he has been a longstanding member of our industry in the Colorado hospitality community. Growing up in Juarez and El Paso, his love for food, community, and hospitality started at a young age, surrounded by family. Fast forward to Colorado, earning his stripes and cutting his teeth, working alongside rock stars like Amos Watts, Justin Brunson, earning a Michelin star as the head chef at BRUTO downtown. And now, after cooking for royals, sultans, and thousands of people around the world, we have the pleasure to welcome him back to Denver, where he recently launched his newest culinary concept, Molino Chido, in Aurora. Today, Chef Michael will tell y'all all about his chef's journey. He will tell you about how you can't and should not give up. And while burnout is a real and regular thing in the hospitality industry, it's not permanent, nor does it define you. I don't want to give away too many of his stories or his anecdotes, so I'll get out of his way. But in the words of Chef Michael himself, I was probably just picked here today for my great looks or my personality. So without further ado, please welcome the real star to the stage, Chef Michael DeLeon.
All right. Hello, everybody. I've never seen Kip in a suit. That's kind of weird, huh? Thank you, Kip. Like Kip said, my name is Michael Diaz de Leon, and ironically enough, my talk is about mise en place, and I didn't make a slideshow, so go figure. My name is Michael Diaz de Leon. I've been a hospitality professional for over 15 years, and here's some things that I've learned along the way. Mise en place is not about preparing for the destination, but it's about preparing yourself for the journey ahead. In professional kitchens, we're taught that we have this phrase, correct? Mise en place. It means everything in its place. It's what brings you, calm before the storm, before the rush, before the fire, before the chaos. But if you prepare, then you're going to have a great service. I didn't realize that growing up, that mise en place wasn't just for cooking, but it was for my life as well. My personal mise en place starts in Ciudad Juarez and El Paso. I am a byproduct of an immigrant mother who came to this country to give me a better life. I'm very proud of that. And I stand before you humbly today. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. But it also taught me that community and food is what shapes you. And I grew up in this duality of not being American enough, but not also being Mexican enough. I also grew up in a cult, fun fact. So that was also really hard to get out of. But then that brought me to kitchens. And my first kitchen wasn't a Michelin star kitchen, but it was actually Burger King at 16 years old. That's where I felt in love with kitchens. I became obsessed with restaurants. I became obsessed with the brotherhood, the discipline, the chaos, the tecates, and the girls. Kitchens taught me that chaos only works when someone prepares for it. And then after that, I was just obsessed, and I became obsessive to a point of no return. My culinary journey took me to El Paso Community College, where I wanted to become a chef. And as a young chef, I dreamed of achieving the biggest of dreams, and I would see these celebrity chefs on TV, and I would look up to other chefs in my community, and I would always say, one day I hope I could be in that place. 15 years later, I'm very honored that my journey has brought me to Denver, Colorado, where not only did I achieve those dreams, but then it brought me to this beautiful community, and it has taught me the power of community through food, culture, knowledge, and kindness. In my 15 years, I've cooked everywhere from food trucks, country clubs, Michelin star restaurants, and now I cook tacos in Aurora. Then my transition comes here. After, working for so long in this industry, I did burn out, and I couldn't realize that, or I didn't have the courage to say that this industry is hard, and that in kitchens we're taught to push harder, faster, longer. And eventually I learned something the hard way, that even passion can burn you out. And sometimes you have to burn all the way down so you can rebuild yourself. In the last 2 years, I've taken the time to not only acknowledge that burnout, but to be proud of it and come on the other side. And now I stand before you with some of the negotiables that I've set for myself, which is my community, my family, sustainability in kitchens and in food, honoring my culture and where I come from, feeding the immediate community in front of me, and kitchens and restaurants as spaces of belonging and spaces that are safe for people to thrive. And in closing, through all this journey, I would like to say that mise en place isn't only about having everything perfect. It's not only about preparing yourself for whatever comes. The ingredients might change, the kitchen changes, the journey changes as well. But if you keep showing up and if you keep preparing, eventually you realize that the destination was never the point. Thank you very much.